Hey Patterson Park Church family, this is Pastor Joey with your weekly update. I wanted to let you guys know about a new Sunday school class that's starting this Sunday during first service. It's entitled God Owns It All. It's going to be taught by Lance and Connolly, and it's on financial stewardship. I want to encourage all of you to remind you that this Sunday night our youth programming's back, Rooted and Grounded. Will be going on Sunday night, so I want to remind you of that so you can have that on your schedules. This Sunday, Pastor Joe will be continuing our sermon series in the book of Mark, and encourage all of you to come. Those of you who are beat down from this week, from a message that comes from your flesh or from Satan of try more, try harder, do more, to be accepted, to come hear the gospel of Jesus Christ, which says it is finished in Christ's final work for you on the cross. Let me go ahead and read from this week's passage that Pastor Joe is going to be preaching on. Mark chapter 5, verse 21. And when Jesus had crossed again in the boat to the other side, a great crowd gathered about him, and he was beside the sea. Then came one of the rulers of the synagogue, Jairus by name, and seeing him, he fell at his feet and implored him earnestly, saying, "My little daughter is at the point of death. Come and lay your hands on her, so that she may be made well and live." And Jesus went with him, and a great crowd followed him and thronged about him. And there was a woman who had a discharge of blood for 12 years, and who had suffered much under many physicians, and had spent all that she had, and was no better, but rather grew worse. She had heard the reports about Jesus, and came up behind him in the crowd, and touched his garment. For she said, "If I touch even his garments, I will be made well." And immediately the flow of blood dried up, and she felt in her body that she was healed of her disease. And Jesus, perceiving in himself that power had gone out from him, immediately turned about in the crowd and said, "Who touched my garments?" And his disciples said to him, "You see the crowd pressing around you, and yet you say, 'Who touched me?'" And he looked around to see who had done it. But the woman, knowing what had happened to her, came in fear and trembling, and fell down before him, and told him the whole truth. And he said to her, "Daughter, your faith has made you well. Go in peace and be healed of your disease." Well, we look forward to Pastor Joe bringing the message this Sunday on that text, and we trust that God will encourage his people by his Spirit through his word. And we would welcome anyone who would be interested in coming and hearing the message of Jesus Christ on Sunday morning. Have a great week, everybody.